Happy Friday, everybody. It's Jamin with Keene Point of View, the best intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity. This week I wanted to talk about something that's been on my heart and mind for a while to do, but I could never get the script together because the news cycle didn't fit or I had other things going on. But it all boils down to this. When it comes to women in society, in the world, in America, we don't love these hoes. In Isla Vista, California, a 22-year-old man, Elliot Rodger, committed mass murder of 4 men, 2 sorority women, and injured 13 others. He killed himself in his car after crashing, and Elliot released a manifesto as well as a YouTube video stating that he would seek retribution against those who wronged him, specifically women who rejected him to his amazement, and chose other men, including slave-descended black men who were somehow inferior to him because he was half white. He was also half Asian. Elliot was descended from British aristocracy who lost their money in the Great Depression. Sadly, Elliot was too stupid to realize that while you can be descended from money, that has absolutely nothing to do with who you are as a person and what you'll do during your time here. That's granddaddy's money, which again had not existed since 1929. Elliot clearly had mental problems and refused to take his medicine and singled out women in his manifesto. Elliot was a misogynist who didn't respect women. If he did, he would have just rolled with the rejections and found a woman who reciprocated as any sane-minded individual would do. So how does one learn to respect women? In my opinion, you learn at home. You either learn by how your father treats your mother or you learn by how your mother treats herself. That's how I learned, regardless of what I saw in movies. So maybe Elliot Rodgers witnessed his mother being mistreated. He didn't speak well of his mother or his father in his manifesto. Maybe his familiarity with women came from movies, both mainstream and pornographic, where the woman always chooses the protagonist in the end, no matter how nerdy or unfit for her that the protagonist seems. Or in porn, where Ron Jeremy astoundingly gets so much vagina thrown in him that you just have to know that this is not real life. I mean, really. The first thought I had when I heard about the murders being over rejection from women was, are you kidding me, dude? Like, you can't get the sex you want from the women you want, and you think it's because they're teases or they're just mean and don't want to associate with you? Listen, Elliot Rodger could not get sex from women because he was a weirdo. He wound up being a mass murderer and completely convinced he was doing the right thing. Man, we've got to stop thinking like this. Sex is not the lens through which we should see the world and see women. I know culture dictates otherwise, and men are judged from their pets to their balls, and they better have a sizable object blocking the view of their balls, otherwise they're not a worthwhile man. And women are judged at the bust, waist, hips, vagina in theory, and their butts, then their faces, then their brains. Women don't have brains, right? Right. I mean, right? But seriously, Dr. Maya Angelou died this week, and yeah, she was an exotic dancer who made so much money that the other strippers got jealous and mad and concocted a scheme to get rid of her and get her fired. And yeah, she married a couple of times, but which Maya Angelou do we remember? Do we remember that, or do we remember a civil rights fighter, a poet, a singer, an actress, an activist, and an inspiration to many on how to live wisely and wonderfully? I think we should think of women and ourselves, if you're not a woman, in the way we think of Dr. Angela. If we can see the best in ourselves and others, I think that will really go a long way in how we treat each other, especially women. Women give birth to us, but they are the most raped. Many women find joy in being a wife and mother, but they are the most abused at home. Women support men in so many hidden and seen ways, but are the most vilified. I think an inaccurate interpretation of what happened in the Garden of Eden in the Bible is to blame somewhat for this, although women have been treated like crap long before the Bible was written. Adam and Eve were created equal. The fall did knock down Eve a peg or two in her marriage, but submission to her husband did not mean that Adam dominated abusively over her, nor did it mean that women in society suddenly became second-class citizens. Women should be treated as equals to men in the workplace and in society. I have a lot more to say here because how women are viewed as weak led to things like chivalry and princess culture and women being regarded as nothing more than breeding cows, but I don't have the time here to explain what I mean or to get more into that. If there's anything to take away from this week's video, it's the following things. A woman is not a sexual device designed only for your penis, men. Yes, you complement each other, but a woman doesn't owe you sex for being her friend, for dressing in a Psylocke outfit at a comic book convention, for helping her move, for you driving out of your way to take her home in the pouring rain, or even going on a date with you and having a nice time and falling asleep on your couch. A woman isn't something you can mold to your liking and make her do what you want her to do any more than she can make you do what you don't want to do. She's a human being just like you and deserves to be treated as such. Women are not only made to find a husband to deliver them from all their woes. A woman can be fickle, argumentative, abrasive, ornery, downright mean, nasty, rude, and unlikable, but so can many men who've gone on to run Fortune 500 companies or gone on to run from the police. That doesn't give you the right to bash all women based on one woman's actions. It's tempting to generalize, yeah. But you hate when people generalize about you, so stop and think next time. A woman should not be placed on a pedestal either, because we're all human and pedestals crumble. However, they deserve to be treated well, just like you want to be treated. A woman who is a lesbian is not something to be sneered at, made fun of, or made to feel like she doesn't belong, gay men. And so I have to remind myself sometimes with some jokes I have about lesbians, mostly the standard ones about Home Depot, and also black lesbians and dreadlocks, because that just, it seems pretty prevalent. Gay men, stop being mean to lesbians. Seriously. There's jokes, and we all have jokes. And then there's, gay dude, you really don't like women at all, huh? Maybe your mother didn't hug you enough. Sorry about that. I believe that women compliment men in many ways, so with that being said, men, you will not compliment every woman that you come across. So if a woman rejects you, just move on to the woman who wants you. Rejection hurts, and it sucks, and it hurts even more when you put in so much time as a friend with someone and you're really their friend, and then you start to develop feelings for them, and then you find out that they don't reciprocate and they never will reciprocate, and that hurts. But my advice to you to make this easy on everybody is just move on. If you can't handle a friendship, just move on. Don't place unrealistic expectations on the woman, and if you do, get some counseling to get yourself together before you hurt someone precious. Women are not there for you to rate, to teach a lesson about being a tease, or to work out your frustration with life on her. I don't care if she rejected your cat call, for which she should be grateful that you're paying attention to her. I don't care if she's standing butt naked in front of you and tells you no. She's neither asking for it nor asking to be taught a lesson. Women don't owe you ish. She's not asking you to wear her down or to stalk her either. Men, you're made to be better than common sleazeballs. You're made to be better than Elliot Rodger. Take the initiative, man up. Step up to the plate of responsible manhood. If you want to attract a woman that's worthwhile, that's how you'll do it. Stop valuing sex above all other things and start seeing yourself and others and women through the lens of value and not the lens of how hard do I have to work to turn you into a semen receptacle tonight. We really are so much better than that. Women are so much more than that. Let's start loving these women and see how the world can change for the better. Once again, this is Jamin with Keene Point of View, the best intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity. I was on a mini vacation this past Memorial Day weekend, so I didn't blog anything new at Keene Point of View, but my Twitter experience post is still getting hits, so go ahead and have yourself a read if you're on Twitter and can sympathize with my frustrations. Happy Friday again, happy weekend. Like this video, subscribe to my channel here, tell others about Keene Point of View and bring them here. Thank you for watching and take care.